Hello my friends, welcome to another episode of Stephanie's Stamp Pad where we get together and make a card. Today's card is a congratulations card, and look at those apples. Don't they look good enough to eat? They are so fun to create and so very, very easy. If you know me, I'm about easy, but the wow factor at the same time. Let's get started. Why do you need to create this card? Well, first, you need this die set that I created for Sizzix. It's one of the drop-ins, and it's number 660147. And it's fun because it's a drop-in, but we're not even gonna use a drop-in piece this time. We're also gonna be using from the Stamps of Life, 2 of the apple sets. We're using Apple to Stamp and Patterns for Apples. We're also going to be using, and I'm trying to find them here on my desk, the apple dies that go with it, okay? Are you ready? Let's get started. Now, of course, the first thing we're always gonna do is die cut our card base. And I have some cardstock here, and I noticed the funny thing is during traveling, there's like this big dent in it, but that's okay because I don't need the whole sheet. I'm gonna take my long cutting pad, and I'm going to trim where I don't need, and look, that dent is now gone. Yay! I'm gonna lay that down, and I'm gonna lay the card base down. I always die cut the card base first, that way I have a place to start. It's like the foundation of a house. You always start with the foundation first, right? You don't start with the roof, you start with the foundation and build the house up. We're gonna build the card from the ground up. So we're running that through. Easy peasy. Okay, and we have our die cut card base. Then we are going to die cut the white part. So we're gonna take this, oh, finger test, let's see. Oh, time to flip our pads because it was moving when I did the finger test. I'm gonna lay that down, lay this down, and I am going to get the frame. And I'm also going to get, and I just realized I don't have it out, the magic rectangle, because the magic rectangle is gonna cut this out. Now the interesting thing is, I'm gonna lay that down, but you can't see where we actually die cut it completely. So I'm just gonna leave the magic rectangle without a die cut piece in it, and then I'm just gonna hand trim it because you might as well. Now you're probably saying, what's the magic rectangle? Go check out one of the other videos with the drop-ins and you'll understand what the magic rectangle does and why it's kind of weird that I'm not putting anything in this corner. So we're gonna take this and we're gonna run that through. Just like that. And then we're gonna get some stamping out because we're gonna stamp our hearts out. So there is our base, and this is gonna look really funny when I pull this out. Watch this. I have a beautiful frame. Look how pretty that is with those eyelets cut out. Come on, there we go. But my magic rectangle stopped because normally I would put something there. Now because it's not gonna show, I don't need to worry about this at all, and I'm just gonna trim like this and trim like that to get that out, okay? So never fear, that's supposed to happen because normally you drop a die in there to have it say something. So now we have our frame, and now we're gonna do some die cutting. I'm sorry, some stamping. So first we are going to get our one color here, and I'm gonna be using, oh, I grabbed artichoke, okay. No, I want green apple. I'm gonna be using green apple on this one. I'm gonna ink this baby up, and we're going to stamp, of course, using our secret weapon. Press on the back and lift up, perfect. And then we are going to get our strawberry for this one, and we are going to use the swirl one. So move that off to the side. Now I always clean my stamps with cheap baby wipes. I go to one of the big box stores and just buy the cheap baby wipes. It's the best thing that I found to use. So we're gonna ink this guy up, and we're going to stamp him. Pressing on the back, just like that. And then we are going to add this one. This is getting a little trickier. We're gonna do the solid, peel that off and we'll color it, we'll clean it later. I'm gonna use the solid stamp, but I'm going to use, I think I wanted to use kiwi. Let's grab kiwi. Kiwi's a little bit lighter. You know how some of those apples, I think they're the Golden Delicious, where they're half green, half yellowish, kind of-ish, you know what I mean? Well, that's what we're going for here. So I am going to stamp this, just like that, using a solid stamp in kiwi. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take some banana ink, and I'm just gonna swoosh it. What do I mean by swoosh it? Watch this. I'm gonna grab some ink And on the lighter side, I'm just gonna kind of go like this and just kind of rub some yellow on top. Not over the whole thing. I don't want to add it on the whole thing. I just want to add a little bit on one side just to give it more of a two-tone effect. There we go. Okay. And if I wanted to, I could even get some ink. And let's see, let's try banana first. And then we might try kiwi too. And we're just going to give it some little extra little dots or some love, just kind of add some more interest to it. And let's get the yellow. Just to give it some more excitement. There we go. Okay. Now we have a golden delicious apple. Now we need to die cut all of these, and because let's see, do I have any of these already? I already have a couple of these die cut because you don't want to watch me die cut every single one. So I'm going to go ahead and die cut the red one. I'm going to lay this down, and of course I'm using my magnetic platform so I don't have to worry about it. Let's check. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Our little cutting pad's going to fit perfect so we don't have to wait so long, which is kind of nice. Now for the stems, there's a couple options here. My favorite option is just to color it. I could die cut it. I could do a whole bunch of other things, but I like to just grab a marker, use the brush tip, and add some coloring. So I'm going to do that to this one. So I'm just adding brown. Now another option, I want to do another one for you. Another option is getting some Sizzix adhesive, dun, 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 and getting some, I wonder if I even have brown here. Do I have brown cardstock? It doesn't look like I do. Let's grab some brown cardstock. So I'm going to grab some brown cardstock. That looks like black. That looks like brown. I'm going to add some Sizzix adhesive to the back. Now we're getting tricky. Watch this. We're going to add some Sizzix adhesive to the back. And we're going to trim this down. And trim it down again because we don't want to accidentally die cut where there's not adhesive. So now this entire sheet is a sticker. And we are going to get out the little die that is the stem. See that? It has a little tiny baby stem. We're going to lay that down and we're going to run that through. Now there is adhesive on the back, so we're going to run that through, and we're going to get tricky. We're going to run it back because that's faster, and then we're going to run it again because we have 2 apples still that we need to do this for. So you can decide how you want to do your stems. Whatever works best for you. I did it 2 different ways so you could see the difference. Now I have that little stem and the adhesive already fell off, so I'm just going to add the little stem right there. Another option, last option, is to die cut, watch this, die cut this. This is probably my favorite option in the end. We're going to lay this down. We're going to run just the top of that die through so you can see what I'm talking about. I did just the top. See how I did just the top of the brown? I am going to trim off the yellow like that. So now I have an apple without a stem, and I'm going to add this to it. Like that, but I have to add adhesive first. Tell me, why is that stamp out? Okay, so I'm going to add adhesive to this because it has adhesive on the back but it doesn't have it on the front. So there we go. There we go. Check this out. It's going to work. Don't worry. And look at this. Now, that is probably my most favorite way to do it. So we have 3 different ways, and I'm going to leave all of them because I want you to know. And then we're going to fold our card base on the score line that die created. We are going to add our pretty white frame. Now, another thing about the apple stems, it's important for you to know there's no wrong way in crafting. It's all about whatever you want to do. So don't ever think like, oh, that's wrong. Are you kidding me? No, it's not. You can't go wrong, trust me. Now, we are going to add the Golden Delicious one on the bottom. Just right there. And then we're going to add the green and the red. Pop them up just a tad. So I'm just going to grab some of the foam tape or foam adhesive, and I'm just going to trim off a piece. Normally I would use scraps of this, but I don't have any scraps handy, so I'm just using real pieces. And the nice thing is it's easy to get the adhesive off of these sheets, much easier than the little tiny foam squares that you buy. So I'm just peeling this off, And I'm gonna add the little red right here. So it just overlaps, and I'm gonna add the green over here. Peel that off. Peel this piece off. Just like that. And then to finish it off, we are gonna do the congrats. Oh, our leaves. We didn't die cut our leaves. Where are our leaves? Now I already have some that are die cut, but I wanna show you how cute they are. So I'm gonna grab these. I do have adhesive already on the back of these. I'm gonna grab one of those leaves, and let's find the other die. That's where it gets fun, when you start making a mess, right? You know how that is. Oh, there's the congrats, so we're gonna do that next too. So I have the adhesive on the back of this one for the congrats. So we're gonna lay that down and lay the coordinating die around it, just like that, so it die cuts. And we're gonna look around for 1 second for that leaf. Oh, there's that little missing leaf. There we go, and we're gonna run all this through. So let's get a small cutting pad, or regular size, I guess I should say, and run those through. Now, whenever it has adhesive on the back, I always save those scraps. I always, 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 because those are like gold. That adhesive, you don't want anything to happen to those extra pieces. So now, I have my cute little congrats. Give it a flick if you need to. And we're gonna just peel that up and add our congrats right there. Actually, we did it up there, but I wanted to, oh, we added white behind it. That's what we did. Okay, I couldn't figure that out. I was like, what? So we added white behind it, and then we popped it up. Even fancier. Fancier than I originally thought. So then, again, we're gonna get our foam tape, our foam adhesive. The nice thing about the foam adhesive is you can cut pieces as small or as large as you want. Do not cut it the whole size of this. There's no reason to use that much foam adhesive. You are just going to add a little to the back. You don't need to use the entire back of it because you'd just be wasting it. So I'm gonna add our congrats right there. And we need to add our little leaves. Where'd our leaves go? Here they are, they're stuck to our cutting pad. So we're going to pop these babies out. It's getting messy. I've been doing a couple videos and I haven't cleaned up as well as I should have in between videos. So it's getting a little on the messy side in this joint. Okay, so now we're going to peel off the adhesive and we're gonna add, oh, let's add this one right here. Just right there. And then the dark green one, we're gonna add right here. And look at how cute these are. Oh, we need to add some twine. Twine, twine, twine. We're going to wrap this a couple times, just for kicks. And it's kind of nice because there's that little divot in the card that can help us. And we're gonna lay that down. Now this would be a cute back to school card as well. Or somebody that is going back to school, how fun. My mom started college when she was in her 40s. And it took her about 8 years to finish, but she was going, and this would be a cute card to give her back then. Just to say, congrats for going back. Proud of you. There we go, and let's trim that down. Trim that one down, and look at how fun this congrats card is. Isn't that good? Isn't that cute? Those apples, I'm gonna have to go down to the kitchen and get an apple right now. They just look too good to eat. Thank you so much, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.